My name is Hermen Hulst. I'm the Managing Director for Guerrilla Games, the developer of Killzone, and you're watching Atomic. So, the story the story is an area where we're putting a lot of emphasis in terms of, the amount of cutscenes we're delivering is almost double of what we had in Killzone 2. The story starts where we left off with Killzone 2. The main nemesis, Vazari, is dead. And that opens up an opportunity for us to show you more of the Helghast society. So we have two guys that are vying for power on the Helghast side. It's the guy that runs the army and the guy that runs the weapons industry. And you, as Seth, as the player, kind of get stuck in the middle of that conflict. And then from the Helghast side, you're trying to evacuate off the planet. In Killzone 2, the invasion war pretty much failed. Your invasion fleet's wiped out, and you're trying to evacuate. You're stuck on the planet Helghan with about 100 guys, and you run into a lot of massive obstacles that we're showing in the preview code, some of which we show in the preview code. So, the Helghast, they do symbolize evil. They the iconic look that they have, the eyes, they are very evil, they're menacing. But at the same time, their planet has been invaded and they feel that they have a right to fight back. They want to free their planet from the intruders, the ISA, but they have more evil plans in store for you. That's a dream for us. I mean, we've created what we wanted to make, and that's an incredibly cinematic experience with a lot of variety, a lot of intense combat. And you can only hope that the users appreciate it as much as all the love, tender care that we put into creating it. And so when it's going well and we get the feedback that we got on Killzone 2 and the feedback that I hope we'll get on Killzone 3, that's fantastic for the developer. Killzone is about all of that combined. We focus a lot of the highest production values on great storytelling. The dialogue is maybe a little bit more lighthearted than it was in Killzone 2. The action over the top is always going to be there. Hollywood realism, but it's still sci-fi grounded in reality. So we like to do things that you can do in real life, but you can still recognize and relate to. And that's what it is. It's a roller coaster ride. Oh, I think we're just coming out next February with Killzone 3, and let's focus on that. I don't think that there's necessarily an end in sight for the franchise, because there's so much more to tell and to show you guys, to deepen further. The universe is very rich, so that there's a lot more room. It's the whole package is really, really rich. It is a massive single-player campaign. It's available in 3D. It's available in Move. We've got the sharpshooter. Multiplayer, I think, is the other half of the game, where just like Killzone 2, we created a massive game. Now we're improving certain things, such as the matchmaking. We're bringing innovations. There's vehicle gameplay, for instance, in there. But we're also coming up with new innovative story modes, such as Operations mode, which is a story-based, story-driven mode where you, as a player that's successful in the gameplay, you star in the cutscenes. It's a great gimmick where you actually see yourself playing in that cutscene, and whether you play as the ISA faction or the Helghast faction determines on how you see the story told through the cutscenes. So there's going to be a lot of innovation there too. I think it's very important. We're a European developer. In Europe, there's so many languages there, and I talk to a lot of people that play the games in different countries. And I think to have it available in Spanish for you guys just helps people understand the story better. Not everybody's as fluent in English, so you're a Mexican person. You play the game, you play it in Spanish that you're used to. You understand the background. You don't miss certain nuances. So it's very important for us. Well, I think we're taking it a step at a time. We're very happy with the work that we have done and we're still doing on Killzone. At the same time, there's room for doing other things within Guerrilla. Sony Worldwide Studios have been really supportive, so we can now scale up and do an extra franchise if we want to. So, as a developer, our philosophy is that we love technology, basically. We like to take technology, make it work, make the most of it. We have 3D, and that's a great vehicle for us to increase the immersion into the game. Killzone's always been about cinematic storytelling. We like to put the player in the middle of the action. With 3D, you're almost literally in the middle of the action, so that really helps and it matches very well with the core of the Killzone experience. With Move, I think that's slightly different. I think we've created something that many people can enjoy. Sometimes it's a little hardcore for people, so Move is a way, I think, to reach a broader audience. People that maybe aren't so familiar with the DualShock controllers, with the two analog sticks. So we've implemented some modes with lock-on, with the crosshair lock-on, which makes it very low threshold, very easy for people to pick it up and be successful in the game. So I think it's going to open up the game to a wider variety of people. Well, yeah, so that there's more of everything. There's Killzone 3 is an incredible ride across the home planet of the enemy, and we've taken you from the frozen shores, the Arctics of the game, to to some of the Hellgast facilities. We're going to take you eventually all the way into space. But as to the details, such as what weapons are you going to use and what environments, I'll save that for a later date, because there are going to be some areas to guess for you guys. I think at the end of the day, it's probably the fact that there's so much variety within the span of one level. Like in the level that we're showing you for preview, there's on-foot combat. There is taken on a big end boss, the Mauler. Then you're on a vehicle fighting that big boss, and the same goes with the level that we've shown at E3. You're on an intruder fighting with a minigun. There's jetpack gameplay. There's so much per level, and also the levels are so different from level to level that you never get bored. There's something new, and it's also very unexpected in the sense that the enemies they react differently every time you play the game. And sometimes it emerges into something that sometimes it comes together in a fantastic way. You slide into cover, you vault over cover, you do a brutal melee on an enemy. And then you see your buddy do a brutal melee on an enemy, and you see an enemy doing it back to him, and then everything comes together. And that's, I think, the signature of Killzone 3, that you never really quite know what to expect. And it's, if you're familiar with Killzone 2, Killzone 3 is Killzone on steroids. It's bigger, it's more mechanical, it's more sci-fi, and it's very, very brutal. So pick it up and enjoy it.